Hi, welcome to a new video dedicated to the new revision of the Jumper CX-91. So some months ago I reviewed the first editions. It's the first brushless racer from Cheerson. Now they changed a little bit the design, especially the ESC are much more stronger to offer much more punch, but there are also some different evolution in the design. I've got the E version, so the E version are also including some small goggles to display your FPV signal, into them, and they have to be plugged into the FPV monitors thanks to the AV out of this one. So let's open the box. You will see that there is a lot of boxes inside. Okay, so after the unboxing, here is the new version of the Cheerson CX-91. So in visual aspect, there is no big change versus the former edition. Let's compare with it. So it was the first version I reviewed. Well, a little bit more damage after some crashes, but it's more or less the same. And the first things you can notice is now they changed the linear antenna to a cloverleaf antenna. That's definitely a good point. But except that, we can still find the same nylon structure, unibody structure, exactly the same. So no difference. And especially, as I mentioned in my former review, the landing gears and the front LEDs are fragile to any type of crash, especially if you're falling into the ground more laterally like this. Don't expect any miracle with such kind of choice for our landing gears. Maybe there is a few small difference for the camera. It's using the same camera, but now look to the maximum positive angle you can apply. I think they improved the situation with the new version. Now the the max positive angle is much more important, so it means that you will be able to fly faster. Okay, so it's more adaptive to aggressive flights. That's a good point. The motors are still the same. They are announced to be 1806 type. Okay, and as you noticed, you have this kind of props. It's a kind of parrot bebop props 3 blades edition. You will need the tools provided branch to install them. Okay, they offer much more stability generally. Okay, but 3 blades mean also drawing much more current to your ESC. The ESC, as we will see, didn't change, but let's open the entire port. So what is good with the Cheerson CX-91 is how easy is to remove the top canopy. Just release the top 4 C-clips and you will access this. It was the former electronics interior, and let's compare now with the new edition. So still the same 4 C-clips. Okay, and let's open the basic canopy. They are strictly identical. Okay, so I designed it a bit to install a cloverleaf antenna for the first edition, but now it's directly compatible because you can notice that the transmission 5.8 GHz cloverleaf antenna use this coaxial cable, which can be bent, so it's pretty good, and you can apply any kind of orientation. So it's not an RG 378, it's the 178U, if I'm not wrong, or I will correct the exact reference of this type of coaxial cable. But anyway, the more important are the electronics. What we can notice for the firmware edition, you have the ESC here, one first board for the 2 front motors and another board for the 2 rear, and installed on top you have the power distribution board, and below you have the flying controlling board. Okay, where you have some connection, okay, for the receiver, etc. So this board is a flying controlling board including a 2.4 GHz receiver. With the new version, what we can notice is there are much more of FET element installed on the ESC, and you have only one board installed on top, so it's a 4-in-1 ESC board right now. The power voltage regulation also changed, a bigger cap versus the former edition, still the presence of the buzzer, and still below, now in black, you have the flying controlling board including the 2.4 GHz part. So with the number of FET increase, we can expect much more stronger, but it's still announced to be 18 ampere maximum. Okay, so maybe they didn't change the exact reference, so maybe we can have a hope to be 4S compatible. Concerning the video transmission, it seems to be exactly the same video transmitter, so the FPV signal was not bad at all, so very powerful. If I can remember, I was measuring more than 300 milliwatts, so I will give exact measurement in my RC Groups review anyway. So it is the visible point of view. Let's give a weight of the 2 machines. I don't expect much more difference in terms of weight. So the firmware edition, well, without the canopy anyway, we compare both, was 250 gram, 49.5 well, to be more precise, and the new one is 60, so there is 10 grams of difference. You have to know that the cloverleaf antenna is approximately 4 or 5 grams more heavier, so at least 5 grams can be explained. Well, the like the firmware edition, you have to insert the micro SD card provided. You have 8 GB here. It's a little bit tricky to insert it, and I will check, of course, during my FPV test in this review if there is some latency, especially when you turn on the recording. So in terms of battery, you have exactly the same battery than the firmware edition. So it's a 1600 mAh, announced to be 30C of discharge rate, pretty good, and ending with XT60 connector. The weight is probably the same, 136. I can give you the dimension, but it's a standard 3S LiPo, no real specific one, so I can give you in any case. So you have something like 10 by 35 by 23, let's say, and you have a lot of room, okay, to install it. So bins, okay, and you have just need to adapt and to lock with the battery strap. It's good to have the battery installed on bottom for the center of gravity. Okay, so there is no sign of micro USB plug here, so no possibility to tune some settings. I was expecting to have something based on CC3D, but unfortunately with the new revision it seems to be a proprietary flying controlling board. Concerning the radio, is still the same, like we're using the Cheerson CX-20 chassis or 22. No shoulder button, but you have two switches. One is auto centering. If you push up, you will take photos, and down return on or off recording. Here, this is a flight mode switch, only a two-way position. When in 0, you are in pure horizon, 6-axis stabilization, and when you turn in 1, you enter into more aggressive, a kind of a attitude. Is not a pure acro mode, so it's still self-leveling, but when you reach the extremity of your stick course, you can apply much more rate and perform some flips. So it's typically a attitude definition. No acro mode, it's a drawback. For example, why not to install a three-way position and to have the last one to turn this machine in pure acro. For an FPV racer, it's a drawback that is not including. Okay, so I will now focus more on the FPV and turn on the monitors. But one remark with my FPV monitors, I got some missing element to attach to the transmitter, so I'm missing this part, okay, to lock on the transmitter. Luckily, I've got the one from the former edition. So it's missing also this part to attach on the FPV monitors, this metallic part, as well as I show this small piece of metal to lock the FPV monitor on the radio. Okay, so I will probably use this FPV monitor instead. It's exactly the same. So I will show that this is an FXT model. So I really like this model. You have first of all a white snow, and the brightness is pretty good in the definition as well. So you have to know that if the first time you're powering, I will use the original one of the new rig. When you use the FP monitor, sorry, I will open it. Sometimes the sunshade is a little bit hard to open. Okay, that's correct. So when you turn on the first time, be aware you have some 5 buttons at the top. So the first is selecting the channel, the second the band, and you have an M like a menu button. So let's press on it, and if you press on it, everything is in Chinese. So to turn it into English, you have to press 5 times on M and then 2 times on the plus. Okay, let's do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 2 times on plus. 1, 2. Okay, now I'm turning to English. It's pretty cool. So now I've got all the menu in English, of course. So the first is the brightness, the contrast, the color, the video mode. You can turn for 3rd or 16 English. Okay, and reset all the factory settings. If you're pressing on nothing, the minus and plus is to turn on the volume. You have a speaker inside, that's pretty cool. Okay, if you're losing your machine, it's always good to have sound feedback. And by default, you're in the band C, which is, I don't think is a Boscam band. Okay, so let's now focus more on the FPV signal. I will turn on the quadcopter. Okay, so I will power the machine. So I install the S3S LiPo, and I will power and check if, for example, the if there is some slowdown when the recording is turned on. So upward the quadcopter, so always prop up. And now the LED seems to work with the firmware edition. I got some problem with, and still got a nice LEDs animation. That's pretty cool. I will turn on the radio. Okay, and now become solid according to the flight mode. Okay, now you have this flashing green when you are changing the mode. Okay, on the radio, when you are in attitude mode, you are green LEDs, and the horizon more stabilized mode, you are in a blue line. So let's turn on the FPV monitors. So you are in the default frequency of C1 here. It's nothing else than 5865 MHz, if I'm not wrong. I hope you can see the monitor. Really, I like it. And look that you have a good front LEDs. Okay, not so strong, but it's okay for night flying. You cannot really fly, but you can keep your orientation thanks to it. So the angle of vision is pretty good. I think maybe they improved a little bit the color. Okay, so this seems to have something with the LEDs. Now it's flashing. That's pretty cool. And I will turn on recording. So I will press down the switch B, and you should see the flashing red dot now, meaning that I'm recording. And good news, no slowdown when it's recording. Well, I don't think so. So it's a good news. So, well, I hope the FPV recording, the 720p recording will be good. I'm afraid that the light sensitivity will be a little bit poor because it's probably associated with a CMOS camera. You have under the FPV monitor the signal received, and as well the battery of the FPV monitors. I will stop recording. And to take photos, you have to press up, and you are in a photo mode. Okay, again. And if I'm pressing here in recording, I will try to make some latency test, but I can give you the information right now. Okay, the latency without recording seems pretty good. Okay, I hope you can see. You have something approximately of 0.1 second, if I'm not wrong. Okay, yes, I think you can see. Yeah, and I will take my phone to have the exact time lapse and to measure that. Okay, so if I can capture everything. Okay, oops. Okay, and I hope you can see there is a little bit some reflection. Okay, and I will take small photos as well, and to see if I can see both. Okay, we'll have both. I hope to. Okay, I can come them together very close. Yes, I will take photos, and I will do the same with the FPV recording, like this. Okay, I hope I will be able to measure everything. The reflection. Okay, so I will stop recording. And well, that's pretty cool that the latency seems improved versus the first edition. It was suffering a little bit of lag. Now they seem okay. And the good news versus the special A edition, you can now plug your FPV goggles. So you have to take the signal written charging port, okay, and the other one is AV in. So take the exactly the AV port, plug it here, okay, and then you have to attach to the FPV goggles. It's bottom like this. and now I should see on the goggles when I turn on, so you have to push the switch here, I should see now the FPV signal. I hope you will be able to see, so I will come close together, maybe this, we will be able to see a bit down. Yes, I hope now you can see. The display is not so bad for such basic goggles. I think each LCD monitors inside the goggles can display some QVGA resolution, so basically 320 by 240. I don't expect more. I will check now, but the signal is not so bad. Okay, the light is entering by the side, by the brightness, and the is pretty cool. I think it's very possible to fly FPV with this Google. Really, I'm surprised, positively surprised. So it's pretty cool. Really, I will try to fly with. And I like this idea. Either you prefer to fly with your FPV monitors or your goggles. That's pretty cool. So I will turn on that and the FPV, and I will hand this first unboxing and quick analysis, and I will just perform a small hovering test in my garden and expect as soon as possible real FPV flight with, okay, and to test it in real action. I hope you enjoy this video. If you like it, please thumb it, and if you like my channel in general, please subscribe. See you next time. Bye bye. Hi, welcome to the first small and over garden demo of the new variation of the Cheerson CX-91B Jumper 1. So now including some stronger ESC to offer more punch, I hope so. Seems they improve a little bit the FPV camera as well, okay, and also include some clover leaf antenna. So I will turn on everything, try to show that the brightness of the built-in FXT 4.3 FPV monitor is not bad at all, even in strong daylight, and also record the FPV signal in the default E1 band in NTSC format. Okay, let's go. Okay, so I will power the quadcopter. Now you have some working realities, that's pretty cool. Turn on the radio, and we bind, turn on the FPV monitors. So I hope you can see the signal. For me it's very brilliant, the sunshine is working well and the brightness of the default is working fine. So, okay, and now I will record the signal, so in NTSC format, and I will harm the quadcopter. Okay, so be aware, no motor idle, and turn on the recording. Yes, it's much more punchy. You have the air brake option, so be aware of it. I am in 6-axis stabilization. Ooh, you can see the yes, it's much more punchy for sure. But the PIDs are okay. It's windy today, but not amazing tune in my point of view in 6-axis. Could be better in my point of view. It's nervous for sure. Recording the FPV. I will try to show the FPV signal. I will try to fly smoothly. It's pretty cool, very good. The signal is very good. Yes, the wind is strong, so you have some gusts. Yes, the gusts are strong, so don't be wrong. The instabilities are mainly come from this Wow, the rates are aggressive. Yes. Yes. Wow, it would be a super flipping machine like the first one, for sure. So I can feel a lot of power. Okay, I will land now and turn off recording. I hope you enjoy this small first demo garden, and please expect my full demo FPV flight as soon as possible. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.